Students, this is 11th zoology video class, chapter 8, part 2. Chapter 8, part 2, excretion. Last video class, we are seeing chapter 8, excretion. In this one, we have just completed introduction parts of this chapter, and also we have learned what is methods of excretions. We have learned in this one, you have learned what is ammonotelic, what is urotelic, and what is uricotelic. So all these things you have learned. And also we have learned structure of kidney. Structure of kidney you have learned. We have seen last video class. The next topic is the one structure of nephron. Structure of nephron. What do you mean by nephron? Where does it present? As you all know, so we have one pair of kidney. Each kidney, they have millions of nephrons are there. Each kidney. So nephrons are basic structural functional unit of kidney. Nephrons are basic structural functions unit of kidney. These nephrons are found in each kidney, about 1 million. It's a very complex tubular structure called nephron. So nephron structure is very complex one, very difficult one. Here, each nephron consists of filtering capsule. That's a spelling mistakes. You can take it in your textbook. If you have spelling mistake, you can change it out. Each nephron consists of filtering capsule called renal capsule. That are, just strike out that are letters, spelling mistakes. So each nephron consists of filtering capsule called as a renal capsule. I'll show you what is filtering capsule. That filtering capsule is another name we call as a Malpighian body or Malpighian body, we can see. And renal tubules. So nephron, what is nephron? It's a functional unit structure of kidney. Each kidney about 1 million nephron will be there. In that nephron, it is used for the filtering capsule. The nephrons are divided into two. One is filtering capsule called as a renal capsule, and another one is the one renal tubules. This I'll show these two parts here. Just wait a minute, I'll show you the structure of nephrons here. This is the single structure of nephron. This is the single structure of nephron. You can find, as I told you, the nephron consists of two parts. That's the one is the one filtering capsule called as a renal capsule. Here, this is we call as a renal capsule. This that number one they given, yes, that is because a renal capsule. And another one is called as a renal tubules. Renal tubules means, renal means kidney. Tubule means, so these are the parts after this Malpighian body. Then after number one, the 2, 3, 4, all these things we call as a renal tubules. Number one we call as a Malpighian body. Number 2, 3, 4, all these things we can say as a renal tubules. We'll see the renal tubules here. The renal tubules open into longer tubule called as a collecting duct. So here, this is the renal tubules, as I told you. Number 2, number 3, all these things, number 2 and number 3, number 4, just they go and connect into the collecting duct. This part is called as a collecting duct. The arrow mark, down arrow mark. All this thing, this parts we call as a collecting duct. Can you find in your textbook, collecting duct? The renal tubule begins with a double walled cup-shaped structure called as a Bowman capsule. Here, this is we call as a Bowman capsule. Can you find the double layer? The number one they given the red color, the blood just entering in it. Blood is entering in through the afferent arteriole. Number 5. That's the given arrow mark, and they enter into the glomerulus. Okay, and here the double walled around that red color, that capillaries, there is a double walled other. That double walled cup shaped structure only called as a Bowman capsule. So that Bowman capsule which encloses a ball of capillaries. Capillaries means that's a blood vessels. The deliver a fluid to the tubules called the glomerulus. So here once the blood enter into the afferent arterioles, here this is because of afferent arterioles, and just they go out efferent arterioles, and the blood whatever the waste materials are that will be filtered through the glomerulus. Okay, the Bowman capsules and glomerulus together constitute renal corpuscles. Sorry, renal capsule, not corpuscles. Yes? The endothelium of glomerulus has many pores. Endothelium of glomerulus has many pores. That is we call as a fenestrate. You can underline fenestrations. You can say fenestrate. I'll show you another structure here. Wait a minute. I'll show you the structure of another one. So they don't give in this book. Okay, listen here that I have taken the diagram. This is the glomerulus, a Bowman capsule. You can see inside that one we call as a glomerulus. The Bowman capsule means around that structure we call as a Bowman capsule. Yes, Bowman capsule. Can you find this efferent and afferent arterioles? Afferent, yeah, that's a blood will enter through the afferent arterioles, and just they come here, and the glomerular capillary. This part is called as a glomerular capillary, covered by one membrane we call as a podocytes. And this name and all used to come next the explanations. The parietal layer. So this layer is called as a parietal layer of glomerular capsule, and glomerular capsule space, you can find space, and proximal converted tube, that's is there already. Okay, here what does it say here? The Bowman capsule and glomerulus together constitute renal capsule. Okay, the endothelium of glomerulus has many pores structures here. Many pores like structures. Pores. What is pores? Pores means small hole like structures. That is we call as a fenestrations. Here in the book they given fenestrae. Here. This parts only we call as a fenestrae. Can you find? Can you find? Okay, here this parts only called as a fenestrae. The external parietal layers of Bowman capsule is made up of simple squamous epithelium. A parietal layer. This is we call as a parietal layer. This layer is made up of simple squamous epithelium, and visceral layer is made up of epithelial cells called as a podocytes here. Visceral means what? Inner layer. Inner organ, a soft organ we can say, that is we call as a visceral. Here visceral layer means inner layer. It is made up of epithelial cells called as a podocytes. Can you see here? This is what we call as a podocytes. Podocytes. I'll show you in this picture. Here they don't give here. Inner layer of this parietal layer is there, that is outer layer. Inner layer opposite that one inside, that is because of podocytes. Yes, okay. The next one, the podocytes ends in the food process which clings to basement membrane of the glomerulus. The opening between food process called as a filtration slits. Filtration slits we can say. Filtration slits. Yeah, podocyte. This is we call as a podocytes. You can go through basement membranes. Here, this is we call as a basement membrane. This is food process of podocytes. Okay, and here the podocytes. This is because of podocytes. Can you all see? Podocytes cell body. The renal tubule consists of further to form proximal convoluted tubules. Proximal convoluted tubules. That is because of PCT. That is because of PCT. Just wait. Again, we'll go back to that world, the normal nephron structure. Here, this is a normal diagram of nephron. The proximal convoluted tubules. The renal tubules means after the Bowman capsule, the number 2, number 3, number 4, all these things we call as a renal tubule. This renal tubule continues further to form a proximal convoluted tubule, PCT. Just you can underline in your textbook. PCT means what? Proximal convoluted tubules. And next one, and that proximal convoluted tubules is followed by U-shaped loop of Henle. Can you find this is we call as a U-shaped loop of Henle that has a thin descending. Just note it down. Thin descending one. So these parts, which parts? The after number 2, you can find thin descending positions. Yes, and again it goes up. That is the we call as a thick ascending limbs. Thick ascending limbs. They'll ask you one word. Okay, neat and all. They'll ask you U-shaped loop of Henle that has thin descending limbs as well as the thick ascending limbs. Here, this is the third one. Okay, that's a thick ascending limb. The ascending limbs continues a highly coiled tubular regions called as a DCT, distal convoluted tubules. Here, this is we call as a DCT, distal convoluted tubules. Here, after this one, number 3, number 3, 4, and that all we call as a DCT, distal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubules. Here, can you find this is because of DCT, distal convoluted tubule. Here, proximal tubule. This is because of proximal tubule. This is the ascending, the descending columns and ascending columns. After descending ascending column, distal convoluted tubules are there. Many of the nephrons open into a straight tube called as a collecting duct. So here, this is the another structure of nephron. Bowman capsules are there. After Bowman capsule, proximal tubules are there. After proximal tubules, there is a descending and ascending limbs of loop of Henle are there. Then afterwards, distal converted tubules are there. This distal converted tubules ends with collecting duct. Ends with collecting duct. The collecting duct runs through the medullary pyramids in the regions of pelvis. Here, medullary pyramids, you can see. Structure of here in this area, medullary pyramids. I'll show you the structure. Here, this is because of medulla pyramids, renal pyramids. Can you find? In this area only, the collecting ducts just run through the medullary pyramids in the regions of pelvis. Regions of pelvis. Here, this is we call as a pelvis. All this pyramids, 1, 2, 3, 4 pyramids are there. Pyramid-like structures. That is why it is also pyramids. In the contact with the regions of pelvis, the several collecting ducts fuse to form papillary. All these collecting ducts, several collecting ducts, they fuse to form papillary. Yeah, these are all called as a papillary. All these collecting ducts we call as a papillary. The duct that delivers urine into calyces. Here, this is because of calyces. Here, all these things is just they deliver calyces in this area. Minor calyx is there, no? That is because of calyces, which open into renal pelvis, Here, this is we call as a renal pelvis. Okay, in renal tubules, PCT and DCT of the nephron situate in the cortical regions of the kidney, where the loop of Henle is medullary regions. Loop of Henle is the one medullary. The PCT and DCT of nephron situate the cortical regions of the kidney. Here, I'll show you another diagram. Another nephron structure we are going to see here. Can you see the cortical nephrons? Cortical means the outer layer of that one. The nephrons which present the DCT and PCT and DCT of nephrons situated in the cortical regions of kidney. That's a loop of Henle, where the loop of Henle is medullary regions. What is medullary regions? Here, this is we call as a medulla, renal medulla. Can you find? And the upper part we call as a renal cortex. So here, the PCT and DCT are located in the cortical, renal cortical regions, whereas loop of Henle, its presence in the renal medulla. That's what they say in this one. Do you understand? This is, you may get little confused. Just listen carefully. The renal tubules means what? PCT, DCT, loop of Henle, all these things you also renal tubules. They are so situated in the cortical regions of kidney, whereas loop of Henle, they located in the medullary regions here. This is because of loop of Henle. Can you find loop of Henle, the turning one? Both nephron, they are given the two structure of nephron. Loop of Henle here, loop of Henle here, the renal medulla, loop of Henle presence renal medulla, the PCT, DCT and all presence in the renal cortex. That's what they say. In majority of nephrons, loop of Henle is too short and extends the only very little into the medulla, and is called as a cortical nephrons. Here, only the loop of Henle only just extend little bit here. Can you find? This is A they given here, cortical nephrons. The loop of Henle just they extend only very little in the medullary region, not fully. This is a cortical regions, renal cortex, and this is the medullary regions. The loop of Henle just they extend little bit in the medullary region. That is we call as a cortical nephron. Whereas some of the nephrons have very long loop Henle that runs deep into medullary regions. The loop of Henle, if it is just enter only little bit in the renal medulla, I mean that is because of cortical nephrons. Okay, if that same another diagram they given the nephrons, if the same loop of Henle, it extends deepest of the medullary. Deepest means what? Very depth regions of medulla, the loop of Henle present. That is we call as a juncta medullary regions. They'll ask you what is cortical nephron, what is medullary nephrons. Again, I'll just tell you here. This is the another structure of nephron. So there are the nephrons can be divided into two. One is the renal cortex, another the renal medulla. If the loop of Henle just they extend little bit the renal medulla, they called as a cortical nephrons. The another structure they given the juncta medullary nephrons. If the loop of Henle they extends deepest loop of Henle, if they extends deepest of the medulla, that is because of juncta medullary nephrons. Very very important one. Just underline. The neat point of view, they'll ask all these questions. That's why just going with clear explanations, with a clear diagram. If you have any doubt, you can clarify. The next one is a capillary bed of the nephrons. You know what I mean by capillary? It's a type of blood vessels which presents around the nephron. They call as a capillary bed of the nephrons. Okay, here, this is we call as a capillary blood of nephron. I'll show you. Yeah, this is because a capillary nephron of blood. Here, the first capillary bed of the nephrons is a glomerulus. So, you know, as you see in the structure, this is because of glomerulus. Yes. Around that glomerulus, there is a capillary beds are there. The capillary blood vessels which surround that is because of capillary bed of nephrons is the glomerulus. And other is called as a peritubular capillaries. Okay. Around that the capillary which presents around the nephron, they call as a glomerulus. Around the glomerulus, they call as a the capillary bed of the nephrons. The first capillary bed of nephrons is glomerulus. Glomerulus side only the nephrons are, the blood vessels are just surrounded. And another one, the peritubulus. Here, this is because of, except the glomerulus, the blood vessels which are surrounded, they call as a peritubulus. The glomerular capillary bed is different from the other capillary bed in that it is supplied by the afferent and drained by the efferent. As I told you, the blood vessels which connected to the afferent as well as this ends with the efferent one. Okay, the efferent arteriole that comes out through the glomerulus forms a capillary network around the renal tubules called a peritubular capillaries. You can find the peritubular capillaries. The efferent arterioles, efferent means the blood which comes out from the Bowman capsule. The efferent arteriole that comes out of the glomerulus forms a capillary network around the renal tubule called a peritubular capillary. Underline peritubular capillaries. The efferent arteriole serving the juncta medullary nephrons form tubules of long straight vessels called as a vasa recta. Here, This part is called as a vasa recta. Okay, this part is long tubules. That's a PCT, DCT, and hair loop of Henle. In this area and at all, the blood vessels just coil. That is we call as a vasa recta. They run parallels to loop of Henle. They run parallel to the loop of Henle. The vasa recta is absent or reduced in the cortical nephron. The vasa recta, which surrounds the medullary regions, that PCT, DCT, and loop of Henle. Whereas vasa recta is absent or reduced in the cortical of nephrons. Cortical nephron means, as I shown here earlier, in this area, cortical nephrons, it is absent here. Cortex regions, the lined here, renal cortex and inner medulla. So this is what the information is about. Structure of nephrons, very, very important, 5 marks point of view they'll ask you. The next topic is the one, mechanism of urine formations. Mechanism of urine formations. Here, mechanism means what? The functions are just work. How the urine is going to be formed, we are going to learn. The nitrogen waste are formed as a result of breakdown of amino acids. Okay, the nitrogen waste means what? Harmful waste only because of nitrogen waste. This nitrogen waste are formed as a result of breakdown of amino acids. That is converted to urea in the liver by the ornithine cycle or urea cycle. That is we call as a here. That is we call as a ornithine cycle. They'll ask you 2 marks. What is ornithine cycle or what is urea cycle? You have to learn this one. You have to learn this paragraph. Just write it down the questions. What is ornithine cycle? They'll ask you, or what is urea cycle? They'll ask you. You have to write that first paragraph explanation. You have to draw this diagram. It's a very important one. The urine formations involve the 3 main processes, namely glomerular filtrations, tubular reabsorptions, and tubular secretions. So this one we'll see in the next class because it will take more time. So mechanism of urine formations we'll see in the next class. The ornithine cycle only just explained here. This ornithine cycle, the nitrogen waste are formed as a result of breakdown of amino acids is converted to urea. Which organs mean? The liver organs by the ornithine cycle or urea cycle. This is very, very important 3 marks point of view. You have to learn it out. Okay, just go through. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. This is very confusions area. This structure of nephron. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay, bye. Take care.